Right, so Eastern Cape Police have commended the intervention of civil society organizations with assisting in combating crime in Mthatha. However, they do emphasize that such efforts must adhere to legal processes. In response to the call, the Crime Combating Forum was established in 2021 by a group of volunteers who recognized that crime in Mthatha was getting out of control. My colleague Aldrin Sampear is out in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape with the founder of the Crime Combating Forum, Sheikh Mbengo, on their response to dealing with extortion in the OR Tambo District. Aldrin, good morning.
A very good morning. Yes, Naledi, we're coming live to you from Mthatha this morning, and we will be stationed here throughout the morning. Various people that we will be speaking to, those who have been affected by extortion, including those that have been accused of extortion a bit later on. One of the recent incidents, there's a couple that around 40,000 or 50,000 rand was demanded from them. We'll be speaking to one of the victims of that particular incident a bit later on here on the AM report. Right now, though, where we are stationed is outside what used to be the office of an ophthalmologist, that is Dr. Yako. And this is actually the story that gripped the nation after he sent out this notice, and the notice, as you can see, is still on the wall of the office, what used to be his office or his practice, and where he used to practice from. And I just quickly want to read from this, Naledi, and this was on the 13th of August. This is what he said. This office's premature and permanent closure is due to the hostile criminal activities that have threatened my life and well-being and have forced the premature and forced closure of this ophthalmology medical practice permanently. And that is it, permanently. We have reached out to him a couple of times, and he has refused to speak because he fears for his life. And right here in Mthatha, some of the business people as well who have become victims of extortion also fear. They fear for their lives. They fear speaking to the media, especially on camera. And this is the issue that has really gripped this particular town. We spoke to the king of Abatembu late last night. He managed to squeeze us into his diary and just gave us a short interview about what his overview is of what the situation is in Mthatha, but also his frustration at the lack of action from the police as well as politicians. Take a listen to what he had to say.
If they continue to kill our people, we will kill them back. If they continue to harass people, we will harass them back, because we're capable of harassing as well. So they must stop harassing people, and they must stop killing people for their criminal gains.
And that interview, Naledi, will be playing a bit later on in the next few minutes, just before 7 o'clock, their full interview with the Abatembu king. But you get a sense of the frustration that the king has around this particular issue in relation to the extortionist gangs. And here's the other thing about it is you have residents that have gone to the police who have complained, but some residents also believe that the police are involved in these particular syndicates. I'm now joined by Sheikh Mbengo, who is a leader of the Crime Combating Forum right here in Mthatha. Sheikh, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us. We meet here under very difficult circumstances where a young ophthalmologist has had to close down his practice. But then you also find that these are incidents that other business people have also been experiencing. Tell us about when did this become a major problem?
Thank you, Aldrin. It's true. This challenge affected us all, because this is a place that was used by the people that are in need. This challenge started long ago, but it was taken it so easy, it was weak, the way, if I can mention that. Because some of other things were coming up, then being ignored. As you hear yourself that some of the people, they were opening cases, and when they're opening cases, nobody is taking care of. Now we find ourselves that we are at the back foot. Then we started to mobilize some few people that, firstly, let's start working cleaning the town. Cleaning the town by patrolling the town and make our community safe whilst they are coming for shopping and so on around town. You see, this one of extortion, it's something that was also played like we didn't get some real information of who are the people behind this. But we seriously, we are serious about it. We don't need it, because our own black people, you know, victimize our own people when they progress, you know. These services of this nature, you know, these people, they are plowing back to our communities.
Yeah.
But there are people that are distracting them not to give those services.
Yeah, because as Dr. Yako also says in that notice, that he has to unfortunately say goodbye to his staff members, which means that there are people who have lost their jobs here, who have worked here, and maybe that is also affecting other businesses. But then you also have residents complaining that they are being extorted by a certain chief in the town.
You see that thing, that is why I was saying, we have to free ourselves, you know, because if we keep quiet, we don't talk about it. It means, therefore, we are still keeping quiet, you know. Now, as the minister promised that he will send some few units around Mthatha, then that is why I'm also encouraging people to talk. Even if they talk to me, I don't mind. But the people that are sitting behind this, their time is short.
Yeah.
Because we are working around the clock, trying to assist our town, because we don't want to find ourselves, you know, as in a ghost town,
Okay,
whilst we are living in it.
Tell us, since that announcement by the National Police Commissioner, Fani Masemola, as well as the Provincial Commissioner and the Minister of Police and the task team that has been sent to this area, has things changed at all?
The things are starting to change, because we are begging people to come forward. And there's a different teams that are around here. Some other people, they won't see them. But we are working around the clock to get more information so that we work on it. I don't know, you see the one that you are talking about of people closing schools and all that stuff. It's a serious concern. When you are a human being, you just thought about where is the future of our kids when our own people, you know, closing school because of money, you know, the money that even doesn't belong to them. We are working around the clock. I think the clock is ticking. Yep. So each and everyone that is involved must become worried. You are rich, you can be a person that you well could be deserve, but be worried, yeah, because the clock is ticking.
Be worried because the clock is ticking. That is Sheikh Mbengo, who is the leader of the Crime Combating Forum here in Mthatha. Very big concern, of course. And also, Naledi, he mentions the issue about one of the schools, which we will be going to one of those schools, where the police had to send through a police force to ensure that the school reopens. And this is also after the intervention of King Dalingebo. And we were told that the police will be stationed at the school for I think we said the last time it was a month. And then we were told that it would be definitive. We're not too sure around how long that is going to be. But here's the thing about it. Just think about it, Naledi. You wake up in the morning as a child, you go to school, to a place where you're supposed to be safe. But that safety is provided by the police. You get there and you find police in your school, a school which is supposed to be safe, place that is supposed to be a friendly and inviting space, but it has now become almost militant.